are two sisters
with few fears
and great ambition,
ready to take on the world
one ocean at a time. Hey everybody, this is just a short video of some work that we did in the engine compartment when we were in Georgetown. We didn't have working glow plugs or a working fuel shutoff for shutting off the engine when we were anchored and all done. So this is just a lengthier explanation of what we showed in our previous YouTube video. If you guys are curious about what we did, how we bypassed the engine harness, how we figured out our relays weren't working, just go ahead and give it a look. Let us know what you think. If there's anything you guys have any more knowledge on, maybe something we should have done instead, that's awesome, because again, we're always learning, and right now everything works great. But yeah, just give it a little watch and let us know what you think.
Yeah, Sasha's the star of the show too, so.
This time. We are in the engine compartment again. I'm joking. But no, actually. So yesterday, Raph from Spirit Animal came over to help me figure out why our fuel shutoff wasn't working. And so now Natalie replaced one of the engine mounts. Some of the wires got a little messed up and we had bad connections, so I had to manually shut off the engine with the fuel shutoff valve. We had to manually start the engine with some ether starter fluid because the glow plugs aren't working. And we know that because there's no draw and power when we go to start it. And then of course you try to turn it over and the engine turns over, but then it doesn't start. So anyways, Raph came over and helped us figure out why that was going on. Like, I saw these wires and I was like, I set up the AIS. This should be a piece of cake. But engine wires are not the same thing. Anyways, so I had someone who had a little more experience with an engine come over and help. And I learned some stuff, like what a relay is and how to check it and how ohms work and stuff. It was very, very educational, I'd say. You know, gotta show Papa that we know what we're doing. But so yeah, anyways, we figured out that when Natalie changed the engine mount, she had to loosen the bolt on another engine mount, and when she did that, she knocked the engine harness, or where all the control lines run through, and there was a leak from the alternator. The fan belt was really, really loose, so to do that you can adjust the alternator, the position of the alternator, and so you can bring it back to tighten the fan belt. Well, it was all pretty much to its furthest point, and because of that it was also knocking into the raw water, correct? The raw water heat exchanger, which was causing some drops of salt water to drip, one, onto the alternator, and two, what we discovered, onto the engine harness, which is not good. So we have some of those cables or wires corroded, and that was part of the issue with the fuel shutoff. So now the fuel shutoff works, thanks Raph, but now we're gonna bypass that whole engine harness, because not just that wire was corroded, it was a lot of other connections. So we're just gonna connect them directly, and then hopefully that will help with the glow plugs. Because we did get the glow plugs to work at one point. They did draw power while we were wiggling the wires, so that's why we're just gonna bypass the whole thing, and then try to put some heat shrink connectors on there, try to keep that water from dripping on there, and obviously that's something else we're gonna have to take care of. So, okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'll show you now. So I'll kind of give you a little rundown of what we did with Raph yesterday. Should have filmed, but kind of forgot. So anyways, so this is the engine harness right here. Natalie replaced that engine mount. And what did we do? Oh yeah, so we were coming here, we realized this is the fuel shutoff. It's a motor, so that's why it's connected here with some wires. Here's the relay for the here's the relay for the fuel shutoff valve. This is the relay for the glow plugs. So we checked this one. We didn't check this one. We have a backup relay for the fuel shutoff, but we don't have a backup for the glow plugs. So that's why we're really hoping that bypassing this engine harness will help, because otherwise that's not good. And it's going to take us probably a month to try to get a backup relay or a replacement relay. So we'll see. Anyways, so that's what we did yesterday. And then Raph came over here and just barely touched this, and these wires came apart. As you can see, this is temporary. I'm going to put some heat shrink, and actually I'm going to replace all of these with heat shrink, but one of these is for the fuel shutoff, and if we connected that, it worked. So go through here and check all these connections, bypass this plug. So yeah. Look how bad that is. Yikes. That's not good. So I just cut these. I'm gonna wait to connect this yellow one because there's still some corrosion here, so I'd like to try. So I might not be able to, but this doesn't quite reach and it's in my way. So I'm gonna do these other ones first. Do this to this. Just pretty much matching up the colors. Okay.
So I'm stripping this wire. Strip this on. Those two stripped.
Okay, so this red one has already been bypassed before. And that is why I'm doing this. That's not good. But I'm just gonna tape this off because this is the, I believe this is the main power. I already have that bypassed up. I believe it's this one. Yeah, you can see it running this way, this red cable. That's already bypassed. So this, I'm just gonna tape this off on either end. When I'm done with this and we don't have power, then I guess we'll know that that actually is not bypassed and we're still using that. I don't know how in the world, look at that. That's bad. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. Here's that plug I had to disconnect, or that's not good. I don't know if you can see all that corrosion. It's not really very, very corroded. Just have to connect 2 more wires here, but that's what it looks like right now. Okay, so I have all these wires connected. And now for the fun part, I'm gonna heat shrink them with this. Heat shrink. So I have a nice, tight, sealed connection around every single one of those wires. It just goes like this. So now I have all those connections done. So I need to go to 87 is power. 87 is 87 is a constant power. 86 is positive, 85 is negative.
It's not the big relay, right?
Ah!
Touch it.
I am.
Okay, there's no voltage drop.
So one part of the relay, on the bottom there's different points of contact, and one of them is hot all the time, which means it always has power. Whatever the voltage is reading, that's what it's gonna read. So that one had, like, at the time we're running off solar, we didn't have sun, we had 12.9 volts, and it was reading the same. And then when you turn the key, it closes the circuit, which sends the power from the relay to the glow plugs. So when you turn the key, it closes the circuit, so it closes the circuit to send power to both the glow plugs as well as the other relay for the fuel shutoff. And so the circuit was getting closed, but for some reason there was no power going to the glow plugs. There was still power going to the other relay, which is why the fuel shutoff was working, but there was no power going to the glow plugs. So pretty much we came to the conclusion we need a new relay, which we do not have. So now we're gonna go have some fun trying to find one / get one here. Otherwise, what we've been doing is we've been using a little teeny weeny spritz of ether to start the engine, just because we're not able to heat it up before, which is what the glow plugs do. The glow plugs heat the engine, so that way there's enough heat, or the temperature is high enough to create that combustion, which starts the diesel engine. So right now we don't have that heat to combust, so we're using ether in place of that, but we have to be really careful and use very, very small amounts to prevent knocking of the engine, which causes deterioration of the engine. So we really need to get this relay fixed. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed my little explanation of how our diesel engine works and how we problem solved our issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe here in the bottom right hand corner for those of you who are new to our channel. We appreciate the subscription.
But yeah, guys, stay tuned for another episode. Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Bye.
Turn this off. Why our engine, no, hashtag boat problems, hashtag boat life.